Every single spring, I lose 1 or 2 acros completely out of nowhere. Healthy, polyps out, perfect cover. Next morning, white skeleton, classic RTN. Keep watching and I'll tell you what was causing it and how to fix it. Airborne Organics are real, and today I will show you the data, how I tested it and how I stopped spring RTN this year. So for years I noticed the same pattern. Every spring around March and April I might lose 1 or 2 acros literally overnight. Water parameters stable, good pollen extension, very healthy and growing acros, no visible pests. Next morning, bleached, shocking. And I'm sure it happened to many of you. So I started researching and came across few articles talking about pollens, agricultural spraying, air quality in general, and lots of other organics. And I decided to put that into a test. So I bought a meter called LKS 1000. It measures organic compounds and formaldehydes in the air. Now, unfortunately, this meter is not designed for continuous monitoring. So what I had to do is manually test multiple times a day, write everything down, and calculate monthly averages myself. Honestly, a bit annoying, but the results were very interesting. What you see on the screen now are the monthly averages starting from January this year. TVOC is the organic carbon in the air, and HCHO are the formaldehydes. The average TVOC, total organic carbon, for January was 0.21. In February, it went up to 0.24. In March, was already 0.45, and in April was 0.65. I'm curious to see what will be the results for May. However, from the data, you can see that the numbers are clearly increasing with spring. And this confirms something very important. There are more airborne organics entering our houses during the spring. They enter through ventilation, doors and windows, and after that, our skimmers are introducing them into the water. The most common types of organics, I can only guess, are pesticides, heavy pollen-related organic compounds, agricultural spraying, solvents, etc. Now this year, I decided to be proactive. And this is the important part. Around mid-February, when I saw the numbers slowly increasing, I immediately increased my activated carbon usage by around 20% on the top of my usual. The product we use is our old brand, Acropora catalytic activated carbon. And the reason is very simple. Catalytic activated carbon is way more aggressive at removing organics compared to a regular granular activated carbon, while actually being very gentle on the trace elements. Because honestly, people spend a lot of money adding trace elements, and I'm sure they don't want to remove them out of the water completely unnecessary. Another thing we changed is instead of adding a massive amount of carbon all at once, we split the total amount into 4 smaller weekly changes. And this is very important because when you dump a huge amount of fresh carbon all at once, you create much bigger chemical swing in your water. Instead, smaller weekly carbon changes keep things stable and predictable. So there is always active carbon ready to absorb pollutants, organics, and toxins coming from outside. This became a gold rule in our coral farm now. The second big thing we upgraded was our RODI resin. We actually did this a year ago, and this is something many reefers never think about. When farmers spray chemicals, some of these compounds eventually end up in the groundwaters. That water reaches our houses, then we run it through RODI, mix salt, and use it for water changes. So if your filtration is weak, some unwanted contaminants may still make it through. And this is the reason a year ago we fully switched to nuclear grade resin, and this is actually our old brand, Acropora Ion Exchange Resin. So what can I say is that higher quality resin matters. It is way more efficient, and for us it lasts much longer compared to a regular MB115 or MB400 resins. So in the long run, it actually pays for itself pretty quickly. And now, the important part. This spring, zero losses, no random RTN, no overnight colony deaths. So the data revealed something very interesting. Airborne organics during spring are absolutely real, and for people's reef tanks, this might actually be a much bigger issue than we realize. With these two changes, increasing catalytic activated carbon by 20% in the spring and upgrading to a nuclear grade mixed bed resin, we managed to beat this annoying spring RTN problem. And honestly, this is probably one of the most useful things I discovered in recent years of reefing. So that's why I thought it's good to share it with you. If you found this video useful and interesting, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. And as always guys, you are welcome.